everyone, and this is my 1000 subs battle with Annie Carrots. Yeah, I know, it's weird. She's super nice. She was like, yeah, sure. So anyways, so she sent out cuddles, and I'm like, go Uxie. And and Cuddles used Waterfall, and while I set up like stealth rocks and stuff, and but she withdraws. So she goes into her pants, and I'm like, why did you send your pants out to attack me? And yeah, she doesn't know. But anyway, so I go into Reggie's. He's like, yay, all happy about life, and because I was thinking like a shadow ball in case it's like specs or something, and Reggie's takes that quite nicely. Yeah, I didn't want to stay and take that shadow ball. And yeah, so I didn't U-turn. Anyway, so she sends out Nefer, and I go for an ice beam, but Polly, because it's like thick fat and special defense and stuff, like Reggie's does nothing. Yeah, so I go into Swampert, and Nefer use like body slam and stuff, and yeah, that's not too great for Swampert. Just kidding, Swampert took that. So Annie sends out Happy Face Shaman, and Swampert's gonna earthquake that shaman, and yeah, so in the next turn, I believe she's going to set up a Leech Seed. And so I go back into Regice because he's like all happy about life. So it's like happy Regice with Happy Face Shaman. It's cool. And yeah, so she goes for Leech Seed, blah, and or no, she gets Leech Seed health and withdraws Shaman and goes into Cuddles, and Cuddles is gonna take a heavy chunk of damage from the Stealth Rocks, and yeah, so I'm like, go Heatran, because I don't know, I was expecting like what was I expecting? I don't know. But I do a lot of switching. A lot of unnecessary switching. Oh, because we both switched. Yeah. And she gets a crit on the waterfall. And I'm like, no, that did, like, more than I would have ever wanted. Yeah. But, so, yeah, she goes for another waterfall. It doesn't quite KO me. And so I roared away. Instead of, and Swampert's like, ooh, I'm gonna roar Chain of Fool in, and yeah, so it uses U-turn and pretty much KO Swampert, and I'm like, but now I get to see what Pokemon she's gonna send, so she goes into Nefer, and now I'm going to go into, I believe, my Scizor, yeah, and I'm like, no, go Regice. I don't know what I'm doing, but it goes for an earthquake. I do like a lot of switching. Man, good thing she didn't have Stealth Rock or Spikes up, or else, like, yeah, my Pokemon would just die from that alone. So I was expecting her to switch, so I go for a Thunder Wave, and she goes for Curse, so I'm like, crap. So I know that my Reflect is up, and yeah, I know that my Reflect's up, and so no, it wore off, and now I'm going to Reflect. And, yeah. And this is how Uxie and his blindness helps me. Yeah, so I go into Scizor, and it uses Curse again. And Uxie and his blindness helps because, yeah, with the Reflex and all, and it gets a Parahax. I'm like, sweet, I got a Swords Dance, and I go for another one. It gets another Parahax, and I'm like, Brick Break, and so I go for the Brick Break and stuff, and that's almost a KO'd Nefer, but then it goes for an Earthquake, and that doesn't do a ton of damage and stuff, but I go for another one and to KO the Snorlax, and that Snorlax was a big problem, but it's down, and that's awesome. Okay, so now she's gonna send out Hudo, which is Jirachi, and it goes for a Thunderbolt, but it's, oh, I know I lived. I was like, whoa. I was so, and man, if I didn't live, I have no idea, but I did. But Life Warp's gonna take me down. Anyways, I go to Houdini because I like Houdini, who's now like UU still, and it's like bothers me. Anyways, and now I'm gonna like use Psychic, and I thought that would KO the pants, but didn't, and she thought I was probably gonna switch, so she went for a sub, and she was too weak, and I'm like, yes. So she goes into Happy Face Shaman, and because I can't do anything else other than Psychic, I go into Regice for the Leech Seed, and so I decide to, what I should have done was gone for, what did I do here? I don't know, I wanted to go for a Thunderbolt at one point. I guess it wasn't here, it was, yeah, Thunder Wave, and then, I was like, she's gonna switch, and whatever she switches into is gonna be hurt by Thunderbolt, but I don't know, maybe she's not going to switch. So I could have done Thunderbolt or not, but I decided not to, or, yeah. And if I did, yeah, that would have been epic. But anyway, so I go into Uxie, and I think I put the Reflect back up because it saves my butt so many times. Yeah, so I go for the Reflect again, and, Cuddles is, like, dragon dancing away, and, so I U-turn, and, yeah, I go back, and I'm like, go, Regice, he's like, yeah, and here is where Reflect again saves my behind. Look at this, Stone Edge, 2 dragon dances, right? Regice doesn't have the grace, and I'm like, live, live, live. Oh my god! So I was so like, this is such a fun battle. But I used Thunderbolt, and that's like, yeah, a dead Cuddles, and that's not happy. Yeah. So now she's gonna send Chain of Fool, and I think she's gonna Brave Bird or Close Combat or U-turn. Yeah, U-turn. I don't know. I'm dumb. And she goes into Happy Face Shaman, and Regice dies, unfortunately. And so now I'm gonna go into Heatran and use Flamethrower. I still should put Fire Blast on this thing. I've been meaning to, but I still haven't. Yeah. And yeah, Happy Face Shaman barely lives, and she goes for Leech Seed. I don't think there was anything she really could have done, but I am locked into Flamethrower, and I'm like, bleh, with Flamethrower, and I'm pretty much going to KO her last Pokemon, Chain of Fool, and it was a great game, great match. I really, 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 really enjoyed it. So yeah, that was my 1000 subs battle. Thanks for watching, everyone. It means a lot. And yeah. So I'm going to announce the results of my contest. I will try to announce them as fast as I can because I don't have enough time. First place is Pokepuncher2, second place is I'm That Kind of Girl, and third place is 13 Dark Skull 13. If you are any of those three, I will PM you and tell you that you've won in case you haven't seen this. So congrats to them, and thanks everyone. Bye.